You've died, oh, wild, incipient dude, brat Konstant Onstott. Yes, you did indeed, succumbed an instant ago, and, just afterwards, an undefined, yet undefiled afterwards that one, your instinct and ego and thought realized that death, yon mere incidental, non-undue, end, had been experienced by you as a retroactive implosion, and then you met, not annoyed but benumbed, your beloved dead dad, both fat and thin at once among men, while you yourself laid in state, flat on a joist at the thatched chateau or hen pin owned by him and built under the low, distant dot of a fairy knoll aglow with elvin thudding echoes. As you looked around, you realized that the special place where you lay was inside a giantly arched, magically arcing arc that sailed between the parallel Earths, using Mystery School's pathways hidden in spacetime. It was like a huge inflatable collapsible ladybug that carried people, animals and their dreams through the darkness between worlds. And you know what else? You found out that the strange device that made everything feel like a backward explosion helped you see and hear things you couldn't anymore, but in reverse, you saw sounds and heard views. It turned all the invisible, confusing stuff into a beautiful, easy to understand pied symphony of sounds and colors. Then, you noticed something else really cool, the coffer arc was connecting towns, yours and those on other planets, even alien ones, in a way that seemed almost like science, though science, of course, is a myth. It was as if these rural villages were tangled up in a big, invisible web, so you could step through a door in one place and find yourself in another hamlet, far, far away in the realm of possibilities. And there you were, in the middle of this amazing adventure, feeling both small and brave at the same time. Finally the Ladybird, your aerostat starship, alighted at the dead center of an alien, otherworldly village, a heavenly haven of simplicities, yes, yet not undisturbed by prowess progressive marches ides and hares, for the Greek kalends, and one whose scenery painted a canvas scarcely untouched by Floriation's brushes of fragrances, including that of the amorphophallus titanium, let's say, instead, fields not devoid of pallid livid, lurid pale domesticated weeds, wheat, rice, maize, genuflecting, in the manner of some seasoned boot camp squad of sycophantic vampire squids, to the relentlessly warm sun and to the ruthlessly cool drafts, an inverse brine of rippling, reapable bounty. The horizon, a tangible divide, almost an event horizon, twin conjoined earth and sky in a symphony of yummy, flavory strokes, headings and familiarities, or rather tasting of exceedingly rich soil and of the sweat of harvesters on tractors, or were they a turmoil of toiling factory workers? Here, the bustle of modern life did not dissolve entirely, but mellowed as we morning misty and foggy haze surrendered to the rising day's face slapping and gluteus spanking and crotch kicking. The air, ripe with the absence of urgency, sang not of silence but of nature's gamut, where coleoptera and helicopters were composing a hymn to the cycle of growth and decay. Homespun structures, unadorned yet not uninviting, nestled in a tapestry in no way unlike an ancient quilt warped with care by time and tradition. In this hamlet, the march of time did not falter but moved with the grace of hurtling aeroliths, each one a non-unwritten chapter in a tale of endurance and resilience. The scape itself, a paradox of bountiful hardship, stood, never defeated, but emboldened by the willfulness of generations, a living testament to extraterrestrials' indomitable spirit. Next thing, from the town headquarters two ghosts, those of an MD and a solicitor, emerged to greet you. To your right eye the former one's calloused and dexterous digits moved with quiet purpose, his gaze cast downward as he tended railroad hard tenders and beaming beams, his aura stained with the sweet sweat of countless menial tasks, his gait, unhurried and deliberated, spoke of incarnations lived in measured cadence. Meanwhile the later one's carriage got displayed as one of serene supplication, his hands clasped in reverent repose, his visual lids, shut yet open, shining after the fashion of polished stone. In the meantime, to your left eye, the surgeon's figure dissolved into a kaleidoscope of colors, the warm terracotta of his skin and the rich umber of his hair, while his movements, a blur of energy, left trails of vibrant light, and the lawyer's demeanor was a chamber music sample of soft pastels, rose, lavender and mint, blending in well-rounded harmony with the Mephistophelian sharp angles of his face. You're inexistent, since now rotten away, brain successfully blended both perceptions seamlessly onto a whole far smaller than the summation of its parts, the singularity. Shrugging, the barrister sighed, in the meantime rolling his eyes and squinting them. Welcome, young soul, to the eternal one-horse jerk water community where life and death converge. Subsequently, he bit his lips, accompanying it with a waving away gesture from his arms crossed stance. Indeed, welcome, blessed soul, to our sacred tank town of the afterlife. May your journey here be filled with divine grace. And again he shook his head, tapping, it is called Nowhere Burg or Nowhere Suburb. As for the physician, he didn't scoff, but smiled. Welcome, dear lad, to our humble abode in the great beyond. Additionally, he nodded, rubbing his hands together, and, hey there, young fella! Welcome to our afterlife workshop. Grab a tool and make yourself at home. So, you picked up a tool as suggested by the pragmatic and genial healer. It was a lapdog, the tool that you picked. My name is Ferris Wilfinrus Wolf, it barked, and my breed, Lundehund or Lunging Hound, because, thanks to my tenacity and so much segmented legs that they are capable of bending in multiple directions, I lissomely managed to go after pufferfish, for deceased folks like you to use them as wallets, all my way to remote outcroppings where also the Hawaiian pied Nene duck's nest. I am Cerberus, Anubis and Solo's Queently's brother, but don't take me for an allegory, thus yon reductionist a trope, but for a symbol, just the opposite. In the due course of human events, you paid heed, on the lapdog screen, at a displayed map with two landmarks showing, one, sticking out like some sore big toe, read would be dragons, the other, no doubt signaling the same hamlet where you had drifted, did Paper Town. It is dubbed so to protect yours truly from plagiarism, howled Ferris Wilfinrus Wolf, and let me add that this tenement, built up by the battleship Potemkin, a Hollywood mature ensign, to make Elizabeth happy during her progressive pilgrimage, was built up for the purpose of mining pyrite, also nicknamed Fool's Gold, because, as you know, gazettes from such a mineral are the only currency Karen accepts in these inflationary days, and as an outcome, the settlement got the sobriquet Fool's Gold Town, but you and I must strive for accuracy, and, therefore, let's call it instead Phantom Town, to stress the fact that it has never been a reality except in the pipe dreams of architects.